Today I fucked up by telling my GF's brother that he had a pretty mouth, and that I'd put my PP in it. So for context, this was an accident. I didn't mean to make a pass at my girlfriend's brother. Not this time. Me and my girlfriend, who we will call S, were video calling and playing Apex Legends together. After a while of playing, I started zoning out and just blankly responding to everything. What I didn't realize is that during this time, S had gone to go do something, and her brother had entered the room. He had brought his mouth close up to the camera and had it wide open. Around this point, I glanced down at the camera to see this, and believed it to be my girlfriend. This is the part where I made the continental fuck up of unknowingly making casual sexual remarks to him. I didn't even realize what had happened until S came back into the room, covering her mouth and giggling her ass off. Apparently her brother told her about what I said, and she proceeded to explain it all to me. I left the video call immediately. Edit. I just clogged the damn toilet. Too long did not read. Accidentally told my GF's bro to give me oral sex. Tonight both of you will fall asleep thinking of his mouth around your dick. Laughed hardest at you later clogging the toilet. This is something you'll look back at 10 years from now while you are trying to go to bed, and right before you fall asleep you'll remember this and cringe hard enough to the point where you can sleep. More like, today I fucked my GF's brother, am I right? Did he agree? Did you actually use the term, PP? How old is the brother? Would probably have more of an impact if he was young XD. Not this time. I see. Today I fucked up by thinking the windows in my apartment were tinted from the outside. Let me start this off by saying I'm 22 years old and this is my first time living on my own plus living in an apartment. I also tagged this not safe for work just in case. I just moved to a new city a couple months ago and got an apartment in this new condo. I don't drive, so whenever I walk to the grocery store, post office, wherever, I always notice that the windows are always dark. Regardless if it's day or night. The building is pretty high-tech, fobs, soundproof windows plus walls, etc. So I just assumed that the windows were all tinted from the outside for privacy. My apartment is on a higher floor and it's facing the back of the building, so there's a railroad and a building near the railroad where workers are, but it's not an actual train station that people get on and off at. The security passes through there, fire trucks, paramedics etc., and I only see them but never hear them, thus furthering my self-convinced theory that they couldn't see or hear me. Last night I was working out in the living room and left the blinds half open. I'm doing donkey kicks and I look to the window, while struggling, and I notice a room in the building by the railroad with the light on and 3 people standing in the window. I stop working out and I just stare at them. Maybe a minute goes by and then they disperse as they notice I notice them. And that's when I realize the windows are just regular ass windows. The amount of times I've just been chilling on my couch, at my dining table, or cooking fully nude or half nude I can't even count. To make things a bit worse, when I first moved in, I would never walk around my house like that with the blinds up because I thought they were regular windows, which they are. But then I heard the leasing agent on my floor today showing around apartments saying that all the doors with a rented paper beside them were taken. I live at the very end of my hall, basically the last unit, so as I'm coming off the elevator today, I counted how many people were on my floor and turns out that all 20 units after unit 15 are completely empty except mine. So the dark windows I was seeing weren't because they were tinted, they were because no one lived there. So now I feel like a certified idiot. Lol. Too long did not read. I thought the windows in my apartment building were tinted from the outside because they were always dark, but they were only dark because no one lived in them. For future reference, even tinted windows can be seen through if they are backlit. So, if it's dark out, but light in, tint is ineffective. Stand naked making eye contact with them. Assert dominance. Welcome to being the naked neighbor. Not a big deal, to be honest. If they film me jerking off I'd still didn't give a fuck. It's okay, everyone has a naked neighbor and some of us are the naked neighbor. Weird that they were watching you through your window. Not weird that you were using your personal space comfortably. Shoot, yesterday I woke up and didn't put pants on till like 1 or 2 lol. It's your place. Nothing to stop you walking around in the nude. And if someone stares into your windows, they are intruding on your privacy. I'm gonna leave this next bit a little hypothetical. I might or might not live in a glass box. The windows might or might not be floor to ceiling. On opposing sides. My place is definitely on the 3rd floor, which is amongst the highest in the area. But still. Who cares about a bit of nudity? Got to do things to make people regret looking in your windows. Today I fucked up by searching for a fitness community on Reddit the wrong way. So I will preface this by saying this foo indeed happened today, a few minutes ago, in fact, but to a friend of mine, who is a lurker and gave me permission to share. He also roped me into this foo, so it is also partially mine. So my friend, 26M, has recently become more active on Reddit. I tell him often how I find great advice on work, unions, how to raise a puppy, and how this website has great gratuitous porn. Trusting my experience in Reddit, today my friend wanted to exercise a bit, do some pull-ups, so he decided to simply search for pull-ups on the search bar. That's how Google works, so why not Reddit? Hoping to find a great fitness community with excellent tips and inspiration for his newly found pull-up life. However, when you type pull-ups on the search bar, the second community that appears is Pull-ups Gone Wild. Now, my friend, his poor soul, hasn't felt the touch of a woman in a very long time, and following what I had told him about Reddit's great porn, he believed he would get to see some naked women showcasing their pull-ups, perhaps, even some jiggly breast. He was oh so delighted, believing his workout was to become way more pleasant than planned. As it turns out, Pull-ups Gone Wild is a not safe for work community for adults wearing adult diapers, also known as pull-ups. His eyes flooded with mostly men in, sometimes soiled, diapers, and suddenly he wished to not have the blessing of sight anymore. He told me this story, and me, as a curious being, decided to check it out, so I too got cursed with the image of a man in an inverted turtle pose titled, "If you find me in your bed like this with a soggy diaper, what would you do to me?" Not verbatim. I don't know what I'd do to you, sir, but I'd probably call the police or run away. So, my friend learned his lesson: never search for random words on Reddit. TLDR. My friends, today I fucked up by searching for a pull-up community on Reddit and ending up in an adult diaper-wearing community and getting scarred for life. On that, I enough Reddit for the day. Congrats. It's not even been an hour into this new day. Can anybody else just not help clicking the link no matter how bad everyone else says it is? I went down a not safe for work rabbit hole the other day too. I started searching random things just to see if they existed on Reddit. It was a wild ride. I refuse to believe that such a community exists. Thank God I'm blind. F me, I need a hobby instead of clicking risky clicks. He told me this story, and me, as a curious being, decided to check it out. Why? I mean, he told you what it was and you were still curious. Lol. Reddit really goes hard with NSFW. Today I fucked up by skimming OP's post. Click the link after reading, Pull-ups Gone Wild is a not safe for work community for, without reading the rest of the sentence. Today I fucked up by telling an 18-year-old girl she looked pregnant when she was asking to be roasted. I was on the Amihot subreddit and came across the pic of a beautiful 18-year-old girl which had the caption, "Okay, be mean this time." She was beautiful, so I'm sure she had tons of positive comments in a previous post, so she decided to ask to be roasted this time. There were the obvious rude and crude comments, so I posted, "Looks like a pregnancy without the baby bump." Well, my comment was the only one she responded to with, "How come?" She had also posted a pic 6 months ago that I was able to see, so I wrote, "I'm going by the size of your breasts, your face looks a bit fuller, not fat, and a couple extra pounds on your hips." I thought it was a roast without being mean because she had a flat stomach. I followed up with a second comment saying, "Roast or not, you're beautiful." 10 minutes later she deleted her post. I didn't really think she was pregnant, but I thought I could use her body characteristics for my roast. Since she didn't respond to the other crude comments, I'm starting to wonder if she is actually pregnant and I accidentally uncovered it. Any other explanations why she would delete her post so quickly after making this comment and not be concerned about the other crude sexual comments? Too long did not read. Roasted an 18-year-old girl that she looked pregnant and she deleted her post. Okay, so I'm not meeting the minimum number of characters for this post, so I'm just going to add in this filler until it lets me post this. The only things I can think of are you deduced she was pregnant before she was able to, or b, she recently terminated a pregnancy. Wow, you put a lot of thought into your roast, and backed it up with substantial evidence. Nice. She asked to be roasted. You roasted her. You didn't do anything wrong. You fucked up nothing. A roast is a roast. You didn't fuck up, she did. If you can't take the heat, don't ask to be roasted. Don't feel bad. Anybody who asks to be roasted on the internet deserves the roast. Her fault, not yours. She herself probably didn't know that she was pregnant, So when you pointed it out, she freaked out and deleted her pic. If you ask, you will receive